So if I trap an animal, I can sneak in to get it in. So in a lot of shelters, you have to have a schedule, and you'll sign up, this is when I'm going to be in. What's great about this shelter is basically whatever time you can give, they appreciate. So like when I was coming in this morning, I went to get my coffee, and I ran into one of the volunteers. They said, "Oh, you going in?" She goes, "Nope, I was in 6 to 10, I'm done." Okay, that's her time. Somebody else might be coming in at 2 and staying until 6. So you might find that you're free in the afternoon, like you don't have school one day, but you have dance say at 2 o'clock. You know what? I can do 12 to 2. So it's really whatever time you can give it's just really appreciated.
Do they teach you all the stuff that you know?
So, some of it's a learn as you go program. When you come in to volunteer, depending on which animals you're going to be dealing with, they'll teach you how to do the cleaning and setting up and all that. A lot of it though, it can't be taught because it depends on the animal. So I might scratch this animal under the the ear and they love it. I go to do another one and it bites me. But they like the back scratch. So sometimes, so I mean, I can't tell you how many mistakes I've made, and then I'm like, I'm not going to do that again. I just learned. Some of it, like I came here and I had never seen a chinchilla. My entire life, I had never seen a chinchilla. I'm here for about 3 months, and they go, "Here, why don't you foster this chinchilla? That's pregnant." I'm like, "You kidding me?" So it became going home, getting on the internet. What is a chinchilla? Where does it come from? What is it like? What doesn't it like? And I learned that. Then it was, okay, now it's pregnant. So after having it for a couple months, how to take care of a pregnant chinchilla. Now the chinchilla is getting close to birth. What the heck do I do? So it's a lot of reading and research. If you just want to be coming in here being told, you do this, do this, do this, this isn't the place. Some people they can only go by instruction. Here, sometimes we have to think out of the box. When we had those 56 rats, I was amazed at what went into the thought of taking care of those rats. So first it was all girls, all boys. Well, the boys have a stronger scent than the girls. So what ended up happening was having all those boys together, it just smelled. So we broke them out into smaller groups, and they were a lot easier to take care of. And then again, so you have the basic care of the animal, but then you have the animal's likes and dislikes, and you have to learn that as well.
Yeah, so if you were to volunteer here, would you be assigned an animal that you already have at your house, like you know how to take care of?
So when I came here, I was going to do cats, because that's what I knew. And I do volunteer orientation, and I come in with my small animal, and they said to me at orientation, they said, we don't have a lot of people to do smalls. People come in and they're either a barn person, a cat person, or a dog person. Now, small animals, we end up with, I'd say maybe 16 different species of animals, because if you're not a barn animal, a dog, or a cat, you fall under us. So what I did was I said, okay, I had rats when I was smaller, when I was little, so okay, I'm going to do smalls. So I came in and I just started running all these different things. Now, after being here for 3 months, you can go into you can do a different mentorship. So even though I started with smalls, then I started working with dogs, and then I started doing cats. And I'm big with, and I have cats at home, and I'm big with, okay, do you want to do this? I've never done it before, I'm just going to do it. So that's how I did the TNR. Now, TNR is trap, neuter, return of feral cats, also known as free roaming cats. So the cats that you see outdoors that don't belong to anybody, but the community takes care of those. We have a program where we go out.
Really? The community?
When I say community, I mean like you'll have colonies of cats, and you'll have like maybe 5 or 6 people in your neighborhood that will just feed them and water them.
They're not assigned it, they just do it.
Yes.
That's my mother.
Yes. Now the problem with those cats is that they're never spayed or neutered, so there's more cats, and there's more cats, and there's more. And when they're not spayed and neutered, they'll do things, they'll spray, they'll fight, it's called yowling, and it's like,
Yeah.
and those are all very annoying to the people that live in the neighborhood. So what myself and another volunteer do is we go out and we have these humane traps, and we set the trap, we catch the cat, we bring it in, they spade and neuter the animal, and they do all of their vaccinations, and then we bring them back into where we caught them, and now you can have less cats, you can have less problems, less fighting, less disease.
And will the cat go right back to the neighborhood he's in?
We bring them right back to where we caught them. So, and the thing is that they have, when you're in a community, they have different statuses in that colony. So we don't want to keep them out too long, because if we keep them out too long, it's stressful to the animal, and then they lose their space, and then somebody else kind of fills that space. So usually we try to do it like an overnight thing, but we can keep them up to 6 days if we have to. Sometimes we'll find an animal that has, it's called a WUO. It's W-U-O. It's a wound of unknown origin. And what happens is if they have some type of a bite and we can't figure out what it is, they could be rabid. And we don't want to put them back out in the community. So that window right over there, that is our quarantine room. And the animals will stay there for 6 months. And after the 6 months, we know, okay, this animal's okay, and then we bring them back. Sometimes it's tough for them to reintegrate back into the colony, but sometimes they do okay.
So you always would bring them back to the
Yes.
colony?
Sometimes if they're we'll take them.
They don't like screechy noises. It usually scares them. They usually go like this.
So I
Like
have
how-
we caught this cat in her
Guys.
they were original babies, and then we got the mother and the
Can't have
cats. And we took a lot of the mom with the kid.
This is safe to watch.
Yellow. And I just got an update.
It's not
And
washing
then
itself
those
good.
animals quick enough, they would be the next generation of dogs.
I'll do my best.